All right. What's the question? What's the question for this?
How do you guys keep the spark alive?
Oh, gee, of course we gotta go down that road after I gotta look at you talking about.
How do you keep the spark alive?
I don't know how do you. How do you think I do?
I don't know.
Great start to this one already.
Okay, I think we have a lot of built-in luxuries though, because we enjoy what we do for work and we get to work together in a lot of ways. Like today I got to wake up and get ready to sit down with you and podcast. Like,
I mean,
that's kind of cool.
If the job description is you get to sit down and talk to Vincenzo, like that's a perk.
Yeah. Okay. I was saying I was excited that was the case because that's my life. It's not just a perk. It's like, it's just, yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is a perk.
Keeping the spark alive.
I wouldn't have called it
I think
a perk.
that's the question, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, there's numerous things that we do. Like you said, yes, there are built-in luxuries, but taking advantage of those things is also important. So,
yeah,
when we have traveled for work projects, we try to, obviously we haven't done that in the last year, but when we were doing that, it was very important for us to also take time for ourselves, and kind of, whether it's travel. We love to travel, so doing things on our own, going, like we would, I remember we went, this is one example, but one of my more favorite examples, this was before I was a fan of Vegas the way you love Vegas. And, we were at Creative Live in San Francisco. We left Blake and we said we're going to go to Vegas. After we did the project, we left. We went to Vegas. We spent 3 days. And we were on like a bender of travel at that point. Even taking 3 days to go to Vegas was like a big deal.
Yeah.
But that was big for us. We got to, one day we literally laid in bed all day long watching Netflix. One day we spent by the pool. And then one day and night we stayed by the pool because we had too much to drink the night before.
I was gonna say the day we laid in bed all day was because we were hurting.
Hurting.
But I do think that is a good point. If you're going to have the perk of travel,
just find a way to make that perk your thing. You've got to
make personal time out, because business travel is exhausting after a period of time. You have to find the good in that and try to, if we can break off and have a date night as a part of that. We did that in LA too. We were there for a project and
broke off.
It was
we told
for
Blake,
Valentine's
see ya. We leave
Day.
Blake all the time.
We do leave Blake a lot.
See ya.
Like, we're going to go have a date night now. And we had Valentine's Day at the Ivy in LA.
Twice. We did that twice. One was
Not
my
for
birthday.
Valentine's Day. We've been to Ivy twice, but yeah.
So that's how we did it on the road. We were able to kind of like, do at Boston. We did the same thing when we were there for conferences. I'm just naming, but I can name every single city we've done it.
Yeah.
We did it in Saudi Arabia. We did it in Paris, like wherever. It doesn't matter where we were.
We mostly did it in Saudi Arabia because it was not socially acceptable for me to be a woman. So
that's also
we just
true.
hung out in the hotel room.
That is not true. We did go to some old town there, but anyway. So that's important when you're traveling. But the past year has been a little bit different. So for us, it was creating some sorts of experience. Because you cook most nights, every night. I will try to once in a while. I'll cook and make it a little more of an experience, or we'll set up a time where we're going to do X, Y, and Z. So we're gonna cook and have dinner, and we're gonna go for a walk, and we're gonna not talk about work. We try to disconnect from work at that point, right? Like,
which we don't do every single
because
night.
It's so
that's not
hard.
The expectation.
No. And so it's so hard. A lot of times our dinners are very functional. We're eating dinner. Maybe we're going to watch our show because it's the time we have to spend together, because you go to bed early. So by the time that happens, it's like we try to jam a couple things in.
Yeah.
So for us to have a non-normal night, evening, it's where we're having dinner. During the summer, it's outside, and then just lounging there, talking not about work stuff, which we do have to make that very, very clear to each other. Like, okay, we're not talking work, like turn that off. We do get into ruts of, I don't want to say rut, that's the wrong word. but we do get into like a comfortable groove of like, it's easy to talk about work.
Yeah.
It's easy. Like that's an
Well, and I
easy,
think
low
that
hanging
there's,
fruit
like,
conversation.
Totally. But there's also like a distinguishing factor of if we were to say, we're not talking about work tonight, I don't think that we would stop somebody if we were talking about something exciting that we want to do that could be work related. I think that's the fun part of the fact that our job isn't always a job all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's things that we want to do that we can build into our work that are more exciting. So that's just, but that's a part of our lives. It's because of how we work and how we work together that, you know, the day to day of like client interactions and, oh, this headache happened or we had a printer issue or whatever the case, that's the kind of thing that we would turn off versus like, where do you want to go? What's your dream? What's the next level? I think we still have those conversations, but lately, especially sitting at home a lot, we have been trying to have just really family oriented, you and me like types of life conversations.
Tell me what you love about me.
What's not to love, Vincenzo?
The right answer. Blake, do not. I see you in the corner of my eye, Blake. I see you, Blake.
Listen,
I see you.
Listen, have you ever heard the song Opposites Attract?
No, Paula, why don't you tell me?
Okay. It is so true. I mean, it really is, because you and I are very different people. We have very different love languages. We have very different needs. We have very different ways of being like stimulated and like rehabilitating ourselves. I've said, you wake up totally raring to go every morning. I need a couple of hours to get my bearings. Like we're really different, but in the ways that we are different, in the ways that matter, like just personally, we complement each other extremely well, extremely well. So you have to remember those things. And that's where you find the ability to make personal time for each other. You have to lean into the reasons that you're in love, especially if some things are surmounting that are starting to feel really stressful and aren't going as well lately, that are starting to bother you. You have to get reminded of what brings you back.
Listen, I still like to come down to the kitchen when you're cooking and slap your ass.
You do. And it's so annoying.
And you hate it.
It is so annoying.
But you
do you know how
love
annoying
it.
it is to be doing a task and having to read instructions on a recipe only to have the very random handprint smacked on my behind?
It's not my fault that you bruise easily. It's not.
That has nothing to do with it.
I didn't mean to. I just give you that.
It's just inappropriate altogether.
Okay. Well, then
Okay.
I'll stop. But usually,
I have
but you
said
do
many
love it.
times, I don't need you to be the 1950s husband on this
No.
show, okay? This whole cook and I'm going to smack your butt thing in the kitchen is not working for me.
That's not what you said last night.
Oh my gosh, don't even.
Our buddy, Chris Ducka.
By the way, Chris
Chris.
Ducker looks like Jason Statham.
Yes.
Less jacked, but
Yes. What did Chris ask?
He said, do you ever do it in the office?
yeah, we do a lot of work in the office.
No, do it in the
Oh,
office.
God.
Chris, don't get all up in my Instagram poll with your inappropriate questions. That's why I wanted it to be brought to light today.
So multiple times in our first office, multiple times.
Wait, first of all, nobody's
office.
asking
There's
for
too
anything.
much. There's too many
exact.
windows here in this office.
Yeah,
but
we
the
would never
other
do it in this
office, Blake knows very well of the other office. There was no windows.
First of all, you're a liar.
I'm not a liar. You know,
You're a liar.
everyone knows right now that I'm telling the truth because
Nobody knows
it's a bigger.
that.
Yes, they do.
No.
Yep.
Nope. Nobody knows that. 100% you're a liar. In the office, that is the actual office for me, which is my home.
Well, now, yeah, but
Yes.
in the office that we had two offices.
You're a liar. I did not do such a thing. That
Chris.
place was kind of just mildly acceptable to work in.
Really?
You think I would have done that?
I know you did.
I didn't.
Okay, Chris. See, Chris. So to answer Chris's question, yes. And now that the office is
No.
at home all the time,
No. That's the other thing.
everyone loves afternoon delight. Listen, it
Listen.
happens. Don't even start.
Who's everyone? First of all, okay.
Anyone with a pulse?
Listen. Hold on. We need to talk.
What are you,
We do
prude?
need to talk about a small issue that you have. Okay.
This turns into doing it into Vin's got issues.
It is. It's related. Let me tell you.
Go ahead. What is my issue?
You have a very significant form of procrastination, and it is sex procrastination.
I do.
You like to initiate.
I do.
When you have things to do.
All
and
the
when
time.
I have things to do.
Every time.
All the time. So
and
after
you give
your
in
delight,
97% of the time.
What?
And you give in to me 97%.
No, I do not. I am doing things, and I'm trying to let you know, like, hey,
Someone's telling the truth here and
Tuesday
someone's lying.
at 2:00. I have appointments.
Yeah, and
Everyone's
got 30 seconds,
I
all
don't
right?
want to say the beat.
That's so funny.
I don't know. No,
All right.
no,
That was self-deprecation
no.
on my part.
All
All
right,
right.
yeah, clearly. Listen, we need to work on this. We do not need to procrastinate with it. Okay,
It's
Gotta
fantastic.
get
It's a
things done.
fantastic tool.
Okay, but it derails me completely.
It's a tool for getting things that you want. It's a tool for delaying the inevitable. It's a tool for like releasing headaches. It's a tool for
Okay, but some
wasting
people
some time.
are in
You got
the
some time
zone.
to kill. Like,
But some people are in the zone and trying to get their thing done so they can have personal time later.
I'm just glad that we never got to the point where it had to be scheduled on a calendar.
No,
like everything else.
No,
in your
I
life.
wouldn't do that. Date nights, I think scheduling date nights is a very, very, very good idea. It just
Spark Alive. Amy loves if I schedule a date night. If I put it in the calendar, it's like I can get whatever I want that night.
Just fun fact: the last time he scheduled a date night,
Yeah.
he proposed to me. So
That's not what.
I'm pretty sure that was the last.
That's 5 years ago. That is not the last time I
here's the thing.
scheduled a date night.
I mean, you actually put it on the calendar. You still schedule date night, but it's more like, hey, let's do that this Friday night, and I will put it on the calendar.
I took
when
you
you
out-
put that date on the calendar, I should have known straight up that you were popping the question. I should have known because that was.
I'm still convinced you did. I'm still convinced that you did know, but I just put our last date on the calendar. It was on the family calendar. We have a family calendar now.
We do, because I need to reel this guy in. What did you put on the calendar? I don't remember.
The last date. Go check your calendar.
I will. Well,
I got the receipts.
Can someone check my calendar? Where did we go?
Check
What
the
did we
calendar.
do?
We went to Lindy's, and we had dinner at 9:30.
And you put that on the calendar?
Yeah,
or
100.
It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, I know.
yes.
Check it. Check her calendar.
Where was I on Valentine's Day?
Pull it up.
Okay, fine. Let's see.
Pull it up. This is on camera right now. I got the receipts. Check it. Our family calendar is yellow in my calendar. It shows up as yellow.
Okay. It's not yellow for me. And also, what day? The 14th?
The 13th.
Nope.
It was the day before.
13th.
Saturday. Night.
Nothing.
Your calendar. It's on the freaking calendar.
It's not on the calendar. Show me your receipts. I got nothing on my calendar except for that I'm off stage that day, which means I'm not allowed to do anything work related on Saturday, February the 13th. Let's see. You wanted me to pull it up. If it's not on the family calendar on my phone,
how do I do this?
It's not on
Okay.
his phone. Okay, because that's how family calendars work. They sync. So
Reservation and hold on a second.
your
hold on.
open
No.
table appointment. That's not the family
Hold
calendar.
on. You were invited to it. I invited you.
I don't accept calendar invitations. You know this about me. It is not a thing
Wow.
I do. I no.
So I invited you and you ignored it. No wonder I didn't show up on your calendar.
I was at the dinner. Was I not?
Yeah, you were.
Okay. Congratulations. You made an open table reservation, which I guess technically counts because it automatically sends you a
Who
calendar
cares
invitation.
how I made the reservation?
Because that's what made the calendar invite. That's all. I go to the calendar first.
Any other
to
man
schedule
listening to this episode thinking to themselves like, wow, lofty expectations, Vincenzo.
Yeah. Well, there's probably a lot of people listening. That
Calendar
think I'm
invite.
crazy too.
I did a calendar invite.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Open Table made that
3
calendar.
days before. What?
When did you make it? Blake said,
3 days before.
Okay.
Who was lying about it? It was 3 days before.
How do you know?
How do I know what?
How do you know it was 3 days before?
Because I remember when I called and they told me we don't have reservations, and I said, well, screw you. I'm going to check Open Table, and they had 3 reservations available.
And it wasn't the day of?
No, it wasn't the day of.
Okay. All right. Good thing I showed up.
You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
Listen, but
this was supposed to be a spark.
Totally,
this was supposed to be a spark.
But I do, like, that is a spark.
I am
for
getting
me.
turned on right now, though. just wildly.
It is a spark for me if you schedule personal time. It's a spark because
I know if I take the trash out, you get a little like you're like excited.
Well, no, but
is it cold in here?
That's quality time versus acts of service. Right?
I'm saying you literally get excited when I take the trash out.
But I'm saying, no, okay. I think that's a real, yes, everybody, please take the trash out.
Keep filling it up. Keep filling it up. Come on.
So happy. But making the time, like literal making the time, scheduling the time on the calendar to be together, I think that's a great way to keep the spark alive. And I think people get so worried that you're going to lose spontaneity when you do stuff like that, which goes back to your point about scheduling sex. I don't think that has to be the case, but like if I'm in the middle of doing something on a work day, like reel it in, buddy. We'll get to that later. So the spontaneity needs to have a little bit of limitation.
Whatever. Not how I feel, but
it's okay. That's what makes us different.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's challenging sometimes.
Also, we just like each other, and we also don't like each other sometimes, but we really genuinely like each other. So I don't have like an issue like feeling love for you consistently and wanting to snuggle.
We were thinking about this the other night, and we were like, man, we've almost been married for 4 years.
I know.
We've been together for almost six. And we were, just talking about that. It was like, oh my God. But I've never felt once like, oh God, I gotta wake up next to her now. Which is a benefit.
That would be hilarious because there's no way that you've ever thought that.
See? Points.
I don't ever get sad thinking about waking up next to you either. I only get sad when you wake me up when I'm in a dead sleep. You sleep on the other side of the freaking bed. Don't wake me up when I'm sleeping. That's when I get upset.
As you can see, there's plenty of spark here. It may spark different things. Like
yeah, I need my sleep.
Spark's plenty alive.
My doctor said I need more sleep.
Lots of spark.
So,
you're like a
plug.
Spark plug. Like a spark plug. Plenty of it, but it's just to get different reactions.
So basically, here, how do I keep the spark alive?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I cook dinner and I wear tight yoga pants. That's pretty much it. And he schedules date night.
Correct. Once in a while.
Everything else is just spontaneity.
Once in a while.
There you go. There's the answer.
Yeah, but if I just even say like, hey, let's go for a walk, you love that. Or like, hey, let's go do this. Or let's go do something.
Yeah, I do. But like, yeah, and that's like together time.
Yeah, no, but you get excited if I'm just like, hey, let's do this together. And you're like, really? You want to do that with me? I'm like, yeah, let's go. Okay.
I think you're thinking of how you think right now. That's not
like,
always true on my part.
Babe, I'll watch Bachelorette
Listen,
with you.
because
really, you'll watch it with me? Yeah.
And in the meantime, I'm thinking like, oh, this is going to be so hard to watch with him because he makes too many comments about how he hates it. No, listen. Sometimes keeping the spark alive, though, means not always spending a million minutes together.
True.
I'm just going to be honest. I think we have fared very, very well during the pandemic where we have not traveled at all. You and I are used to getting alone time on the road or alone time at home while the other person's on the road.
I'll give you that.
That's
like
important.
A spark when I walked back into the door after being gone for like 3 weeks. You're just like, assault me in a good way, of course.
Again, you're just like daydreaming right
Maybe
now.
This is all in my head. I guess this never happened.
But yeah, no, I do think that there's a balance. It's not that you need more and more and more and more together time all the time, depending on the different personality types. Some people need a little bit of like alone time, which is what my morning routine achieves for me in some ways, is just getting that little like slow start to the day, not talking to anybody so that I can be a better version of myself the rest of the day.
I'm pretty sure you've mentioned this, waking up and schedule and you spending your own in every episode.
Because it's a lifestyle.
It is literally the only thing you talk about.
No, but I am an expert. That's why. I talk about the same things all the time because I'm an expert. Do you understand that?
I like sex because I'm an expert.
Okay.
I talk about it all the time because I'm an expert. I mean, we're all experts at something.
Well, with that.
Go like our podcast, all right? Just go follow it wherever we are. At Common Goal Pod. Go leave us a 5-star review. Yes, 5 stars. And say that you love our episode.
Yeah. Leave your true and honest review.
Oh God, you could just
In
let
the
me finish it
podcast,
like that.
I know, but you sound really aggressive today.
That's not aggressive. It's me being
It's a little
sexually
aggressive
pent
today.
up.
It's a little aggressive today. But we want to hear what you
fired
thought
up.
about this. I think this episode's going to be particularly interesting on the feedback. So come over to the Instagram account.
I'm sure people will love my candor, and they know you're, and they're going to know you're lying.
Okay. No, you're lying.
No, you are.
You literally lie.
You are.
That's all. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.